Yo, what's up, guys? Usually, I do a song or something, but tonight I felt like, switching it up a bit, and, I felt like I should share some elder wisdom tonight, and share this Native American legend that, really resonates deeply with me. So, I just want to share this, Cherokee tale with you guys, um, that's called Why the Trees Lose Their Leaves. In the early times, the trees and animals were always able to talk to each other. They lived close to each other and shared many things. But every year, the cold time came and the birds would fly south to where it remained warm and would return with their families in the spring, right? Like you see that happen in Florida a lot. So one year, as the cold season approached, there's this bird named Sparrow. And Sparrow, for fooling around, he ended up getting injured. And so he was not strong enough to fly to the warm lands with his family. So his family and him decided that they would go without him. Injured, he knew he would not survive the cold season. So he sought the help of the trees. Now the first tree that Mr. Sparrow approached for help was the oak. "Oh, oak, I am injured and cannot fly. The cold season approaches, and if I do not find shelter before then, surely I shall die. Please, oak, let me shelter among your leaves and branches during the cold times, that I may heal and greet my family on their return in the spring." But oak was a crusty old tree and did not relish the idea of having a guest in the cold time. So he told Sparrow, "Sparrow, go find somewhere else to spend the cold time. I do not wish you to spend the cold time with me." In other words, nigga, get bouncing. You ain't chilling with me during the cold, you know? So poor Sparrow was hurt in his spirit to be turned away. But Sparrow wasn't just gonna accept defeat. He's a warrior. So he didn't let, Oak hurt his feelings. So he gathered his shit up. He's like, "Okay, next tree I'm gonna ask." And then the next tree was Maple. So he went to Maple and he asked her, "Maple, I am hurt and not able to fly to the warm lands with my family for the cold season. Please, let me shelter among your leaves and branches during the cold time, or surely I will perish." And Maple, though a very sweet tree, did not enjoy the thought of a guest for the cold time, and she too turned Sparrow away. You go ask someone else to shelter you, Sparrow. I do not wish to spend the cold time with. I do not wish you to spend the cold time with. And again, hurt in spirit, Sparrow was turned away. And so, Sparrow went in turn to each of the trees and asked each for shelter in the cold time. And each and every time, Sparrow was turned away. I mean, this nigga was just getting rejected by like every tree he asked for help. Until there was no tree left to ask except pine. With no hope left, but not willing to accept death, Sparrow approached Pine. Pine, I am injured and not able to fly south to the warm lands with my family. If I do not find shelter before the cold time, I will surely perish. Please, let me shelter among your leaves and branches during the cold time. Pine thought to himself, I am the least of the trees. What can I do? But his heart heard Sparrow's plight. Sparrow, my leaves are tiny, more like needles. My branches are not as many as the other trees. But what I have, you are welcome to share. And so Sparrow spent the cold time with Pine. And when the warm times returned in the spring, Sparrow's family returned also. And Sparrow had healed over the cold time and flew to greet their return. Creator had seen and heard all that had happened between Sparrow and the trees. And Creator called a great council of the trees and spoke to them. You were given so much, who had so much, will not share the last of what you had with Sparrow in his need. Because of this, from this day forward, when the cold time is upon the land, your leaves shall wither and die and blow away. Creator then spoke to Pine, like, Pine, you nigga, you dude, who had the least of all the trees, gave so much, have touched my spirit. When the cold times come, you of all the trees shall keep your leaves. They shall remain green through all the seasons for the gift you have given me through Sparrow. And that is why, to this day, when the cold time comes to the land, all the leaves wither and die and blow away.